All right, for your assessment, I did explain that I would put the sum and difference, double angle, and half angle identities on the assessment for you, so you don't have to have those memorized. I said that these ones up here should already be memorized from previous units. Cotangent, tangent should be memorized. Cotangent is kind of new. That one should have been easily memorized. And so that means that the ones that were kind of tricky were the Pythagorean identities. So what I wanted to do is give you guys, or make you guys a video so you guys can see how I've memorized those. And that way you can do this on your assessment and then you'll have them. So for the Pythagorean identities, we start off with sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. And you do have to memorize that one, and I'm hoping that you already have that one memorized, because you should. Okay, so to get the alternate forms of this, you just have to subtract the cos over. So then we know that sine squared is 1 minus cos squared. Or if we leave the cos squared over here, then cos squared would equal 1 minus the sine squared over. And then the real interesting part is where the tangent one and the cotangent one come from. So then I'll go ahead and say that we have sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. I'm going to write that again. And to find the next one, I'm going to go ahead and divide this by cos squared, divide this by cos squared, divide this by cos squared. And what you'll notice after I do that is that this equals tan squared, this equals 1, this equals secant squared. And so that's actually where the second one comes from. And then for the alternate form, we can just think about subtracting that 1 over. So the alternate form is that tan squared equals secant squared minus 1. All right, so we have the first one, we have the second one. For the third one, I'm going to start off with sine squared plus cos squared equals 1, and then this time I'm just going to divide by sine squared. And so we have sine squared over sine squared is 1, cos squared over sine squared is cotangent squared, and 1 over sine squared is cosecant squared. And so this is the third one. And if you want the alternate form of the third one, that would be cotangent squared equals cosecant squared minus that 1 over there. And so that is the trick that I use to write all three of these down so that I have everything to use when I need it without being able to look at my sheet.